Good afternoon and greetings to all my listeners and viewers out there on the Primal 4K app, Fit FM 96.7, Facebook, YouTube, the World Wide Web. I want to welcome you all to Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Kane the Shrub Watson. And every Saturday evening at this time, what time it is. And again, I want to big up all the listeners out there, as my co-host just listed out all over the world. And without you, this wouldn't be possible. So, hey, thanks for tuning in.
Yes, and this week, we have our three special guests this week.
Yeah.
You know, we'll move the topic from track and field football to horse racing.
Yeah.
You know, we have three of the greatest Jamaican racehorse jockeys. They're here for a charity event called the Horseman Dinner.
Jamaica Horsemen's Foundation event.
Yes.
Set the stage on February 5th this year at the Officers Club at Up Park Camp. And when you have a lineup of jockeys that, I mean, did it all in their day. And I mean,
they would tell the listeners the names.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
well, we've been promoting it, so I know a lot of them would have known the names, but George HoSang, you know, Emilio, Bimbo Rodriguez, and Charles Hussey.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm of the younger generation. I'm young. So I hear these names and it's like legend, folklore. So I have a chance to talk to them. And for me, I don't even want to talk. I just want to hear the stories of, you know, coming up, how they got into horse racing. And I mean, the battles, all the horses that were ridden. And I mean, the ups and the downs, because you all know that in sports, because it's a sport, that you have rocky roads, and to reach the status that they reach, I mean, I know it's not short of I mean, tumultuous
and I want to
terrain.
Horse racing back in the days, boy, was maybe one of the biggest events.
Because I mean,
you know what I mean?
I fancy myself of being more attached to the older generation because I grew up with, you know, older folks. But either which way, you just said it in a nutshell, because it's like boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing back in the day in Jamaica was a big thing. And you hear that, Jamaicans used to come out for boxing and used to have all these spectacles. And it's the same for horse racing. Yeah. So, I mean, just to hear from the horse's mouth, so to say. Because I hear the stories, I'm like,
but you know, bring you go track a couple of times.
Yeah, but
You know,
I wouldn't be the track if it wasn't for you.
My father was a trainer as well. I think these guys would have known him, Frank Parham. So yeah, man. So they would have known of Frankie. You know, always having the outers. You know, the 99 to 1.
And the but that's why you look at the punches. I tell you, and horse racing is a big business.
Yes.
Out there, Cayman Park, and you know, you have the special events. I see it on TV and I see the dress up and the parading and all of that. And I mean, when I went out there with you, I never know it was like that. I'd be like, all right, I already ride a one race. Because you know, you go to track, you got to both just run 100 meters.
Yeah.
But you tell me, you know when him ride that horse and then couple races down the line, the same jacket, man.
You have to go around the back and you have to look on the horse.
And
which
like,
one look fit and which one look fit. But anyway, people,
and grooming and everything.
We're not going to keep them waiting long. So let us welcome to Primal Sports Center the three of the greatest Jamaican racehorse jockeys. George HoSang, Emilio Rodriguez, and Charles Hussey. Welcome to Primal Sports Center.
Thank you.
All right.
Hold on a second. What for the start out?
A bit of audio there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Yes.
The legends.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Well, first off, we start off with George HoSang because he was on the show last year.
Yes.
And I mean, he called it a part of the Primal family. How you doing, Mr. HoSang?
Alive and well.
Live and well. You know, last time we spoke with you, I mean, you shared your story with us from, you know, high school days. You said you went to KC coming up and all of that. And I mean, now with this foundation event, tell us what you expect from this event, because we've tackled it from that angle now. Tell us about more the Horseman's Foundation event.
The event, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a lot of entertainment. First of all, we have a star-studded group of jockeys, active and inactive. No need to introduce them. Call their name. You all know who they are.
All know.
We're not on screen with Winston Griffiths, but he's on as well at the function. So we're hoping for a big turnout, which it looks like it will be overcrowded, and so far And we have a lot of entertainment, and you might see us riding horse at the function. So you can expect anything: good food, good people, good family, and fans. Please turn out and support us. All you ladies that name your children after Bimbo Rodriguez and Charlie, they come out and take picture with us and mingle and meet and greet.
Tell us about the time and the location.
The time is 7:00 on the 5th of February at Up Park Camp.
Up Park Camp, and it's open to the public.
Yes, tickets are available at. Let me zoom in on my billboard here. From Trainer Al Brown.
Okay.
At 876-789-8037. And Gino's Pharmacy at Portmore Plaza and the Jamaica Thoroughbred Horsemen Foundation. Okay? So I have numbers for those if you would like.
We promote it on our page as well.
Yes,
and
please.
I mean,
please.
let it get to all the ears who are listening.
But hold on, this is a two-pronged night because we gentlemen here, as I said, we have a star-studded committee, Charlie, Bimbo, and Fana Griffiths and myself. We are the committee of the Jamaica Thoroughbred Aftercare Program. Oh. So we will be promoting that as well. It's up and running, and what we need is support from the public and all the interest of the racing industry.
Okay.
So what does that program entails?
The aftercare program for the retired thoroughbred horses. It entails some, not all retired racehorses have good caring owners to take care of them for the rest of their lives. And we see some that are abused and abandoned. So we stepped in. Charlie was very, very interested, and so too was Bimbo and Griffiths, that we, for our lifetime, we made a living off our racehorses, and it can't come early enough. For decades, it should have been up and running. In the United States now, there's like over 80 facilities for retired racehorses aftercare. So we think it's about time we have something like that, and I think Bimbo can elaborate more on that.
All right. So we head straight to Bimbo now because you said, well, I mean, the ladies name a lot of their children, the sons of a Bimbo. So tell us, Bimbo, first of all, I want to know how you got that name.
Oh, well, I was with that trainer named Kenneth the Wire before I went to Fritz Crawford's stable. And they called him Beaver. So they called me Little Bimbo. Mm-hmm. So that's how I get that name. And from that, it stuck on me. Right through my life and right through my career.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I just jumping on what George was saying. I contact the racing commission, the chairman of the racing commission, Mr. Metcalf Clovis, and the Dr. Ramdal. And we're going to have a meeting and see if we can get this foundation together and running up, as we can take care of the after care horses and even some of the abandoned horses, what we see on the side of the street, we can take them in as well and take care of them. But Charlie is the man who's going to tell you about the financial part of it. If I don't want to step over on Charlie, but Charlie also will tell you about the financial part of it.
Yeah. So Mr. Hussey, you'll deal with the financing part of the foundation.
Hey, good evening to all your viewers. Hi, George. Hi, Bimbo.
Hi, Charlie.
Yes, man. All right. Now, Well, I'm the treasurer of the foundation for the aftercare program what George spoke about. So, but I don't have anything funding in place yet. But George and I spoke on it, how we're going to get it going.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Bimbo was referring to.
Yeah.
So between me, George, you, Bimbo, and we're going to try and open doors and knock on everybody's door to try and get funding for the aftercare program for the retired horses and the abandoned horses, as George pointed out. Because it's way over time.
Yeah.
So,
you see, these horses take care of us right through our career.
Exactly.
And even up to today, I'm not riding. They're still taking care of me.
Exactly.
They make me make a name on the racetrack and in the Jamaican, even in the world. Because people all over the world know about George HoSang with Winston Griffiths, Charles Hussey, and myself. So they take care of us, so we have to try and say what we can.
It sounds like a marriage, man. I didn't know it was that personal between the jockey and the horse. It sounds like a marriage.
But without the horses, we wouldn't even be talking to you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, I didn't know that such thing exists in terms of the aftercare part of it. I didn't know it was that big and important. But
yes, it's out of sight, so it's sort of like people don't even think about or know what's going on. So we're bringing awareness with the program about the abused and abandoned horses.
And as you guys said, these horses made you what you are with your career. So I want from each of you to tell us some of the best horses or the horses that you were most attached to during your career. Probably the ones that gave you the most wins, or one that you felt was the fastest or the strongest, or I don't know, most comfortable on. So tell us some of these horses, because I want to, go back in past where I hear the names and all these top horses coming up.
Well, who want to start first? All of us have great horses.
All right.
Go ahead, Charles.
Go ahead, Mr. Hussey.
You want me to start?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Hold on a second there. Hold on a second there, Mr. Hussey. We're having some audio problems.
Wow. It's gone.
Can you?
We're hearing you now.
Okay, so jockeys, as an independent entity, we ride thousands of different horses throughout our career, and because of that, we have hundreds of great horses we have ridden. So it's hard to really pick out a few, but there is a few. So in my case, like Terremoto stand out. I won 2 derbies with him. I won the Trinidad Derby and the Jamaican Derby. Wells Fargo was my first Jamaican Derby. But that don't necessarily mean they were the best. I've ridden just as good horses, but in a different category. Maybe the fastest horse, like Eros. Eros was the fastest horse I've ever ridden. When I tied on him, when that gate opens, he leaves it in the gate. So we have different levels of what we consider sticking our mind as a good horse, a great horse, depending on different things. But they're all, as George said, and Bimbo, they're all great animals, and we're still reaping the benefits from them.
Today,
So we're going to be this spoken word for the unspoken. I can't speak. The great horse, racehorse.
The chosen four.
We're going to give back to them. That can keep us and continue. As George and Bimbo related to that. We can open any door with our name now, because we are well known because of the horse.
Because of the horse. We are the chosen four to do the job. But I was listening to an interview with George, and George said Fair Queen, it didn't want the Derby with Fair Queen, it ran second. But that sentiment with Fair Queen, what George had, I won't stop with George, but it had resonated to me as well with a horse called Kazoche. that horse from that horse as a baby. I resonate with that horse so much. I have so much attached to that horse. You know, that sentiment what inside of me with that horse go a long way.
Yeah, yeah. And for you, Mr. HoSang?
Well, I've ridden hundreds of nice horses that I like, win many races, but the horse that is closest to my heart is what Bimbo was saying about Fairy Queen. She was second to Tudor with in the Jamaica Derby. Ridden by Bimbo, beat me in the Jamaica Derby when I was riding her. Why I love her so much is because she reminded me of a person. Like, she was so sensible. She was like this pretty woman that I was riding. She's so sensible. I could get on her and fall asleep, close my eyes, and she would just take me to the start gate, break up, stand still in the gate, wouldn't turn her head, wouldn't give any trouble, break out of the gate, position herself where she wants, and then from the quarter pole to the winning post, she just try her best. And she was like a motor car, press button motor car. She was closest thing to a human being as a racehorse to me. She could actually speak to me with her body language. Okay. And that's the kind of communication I had with her. It was just something that's so special about her. I've ridden thousands of horses, and she just stays with me because of her temperament and the way she carried herself. It's almost unreal, unnatural. She's close, as I said, she's like close to a human.
Sounds like she should have been a human form, man.
Yes, I think
I searching for my Fairy Queen to this day.
I think she was a human in the past life.
Yeah, I understand. But even so, you guys are close and good friends. But just like myself and my co-host here, but when I'm on the table tennis table with him, he knows it's war. So I mean, you guys, when you guys were younger, I'm sure you guys were competitive. But tell us, growing up, how you guys fared in the sport and came about. Because for me, when we're on the board, it's a rivalry. When we come off the board, it's like, all right, let's go party and go have a drink. But once we're on the table, we know, say, hey, I have to beat him, or he must say, yo, I have to beat him. And then that's a rivalry. So tell us, you guys, younger days coming up, I mean, how was it like in the tables going around? I mean, because we see the friendship now and, you look back in the past, but coming up, it must have been hard because each of you guys wanted to win.
Yes. I tell you what, off the track, we are like the greatest of friends.
There you go.
Once we get into the start gate, we become savages.
Yeah, I can see that. Competition.
We're not trying to hurt each other.
No.
Put a guy over the rail or anything. We just want to win at all costs. And sometimes I'm telling you, when I look over and I see Charlie or Bimbo and Fana, it's like, I know it's going to be a tough day at work. They want to win, we're all trying to win 1,000%. And that's the respect I have for these guys.
Yes, I can also add to that. Historically, not just in Jamaica, any racetrack, jockeys are good friends, but it's a dangerous sport. We're not trying to hurt each other, George said, but when I keep open, I don't know nobody. I want to win the race. When I hear somebody call, hey, Charlie, give me a blind, I don't know what I'm talking about.
No blind. Yeah.
No blind.
Yeah.
But we're not hurting each other. If we get, which we've done, if we see a jockey in trouble, like in lose a rain, we rain break and we pass it, we help, get a hand or something. But as far as winning the race,
no blind for no guy.
No, we're not trying.
Yeah.
We
8 o'clock, boom.
But at the same time, we protect each other out there.
Yeah.
We don't
True.
try to try to hurt each other out there. When we ride with skill, or sometimes I will hold George Santa Claus and pull him back a little bit. I don't thought we're going to suspend me from that for now. But, we don't use all these little skills and do, because, but we never try to hurt each other.
Yeah.
And
Fair
me
play.
and George coming from apprentice, because we are apprentice brother. Charlie, I remember Charlie, when Charlie was little bit, and I was little bit, we're not riding. Charlie, we went fishing in the middle of the track. There was a pond there. Charlie, I said, Charlie, I'm going to ride, and I'm going to be the champion jockey.
I remember.
We're
I
coming
was
from
catching
far.
fish.
Yeah.
Catching fish, yeah.
We were catching fish.
Yes.
So we're coming from far. So when we out there, we
You
made the
remember what
competitive
year?
with
I remember what year now. I bet you don't remember what year.
1969.
Yes, you remember it good. Exactly. Yes, at the infield, about 4 o'clock in the evening,
Right.
catching some perch. Don't catch nothing the whole evening. One thing I catch is sunburn.
How do you get your
And
sunburn?
you come and I say, Charlie, that's your jacket. I say, you want.
I remember the first winning for Charlie too, freezing fast.
Yes,
Freezing.
yes, you're right. Why,
So,
you still sharp,
we come from so far. So we have to, when we reach out there, we may be competitive, but we protect each other.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Incidentally, I won the Jamaica Derby for Charlie's dad on a horse called Titania.
I remember.
Charlie was just starting to ride, yeah.
Yeah, I vexed my daddy. I said, why you never give me the ride? Daddy said, no, George is the right jockey for this horse. He's ridden the horse before. He's won in it. That my face makeup. Sure. Ride the horse, Daddy. Ride the winner.
How old you want, Charlie? How old you want?
That horse was trained by Buddy Silvera
Before.
And that took over the stable when he went to migrate to Canada.
Buddy trained that horse before.
What's the biggest race? What's the biggest race that you have won, each of you?
For me,
Yeah.
I won on a horse named Spendable in 1983. And he won the Arlington Washington Futurity. That race was valued at $650,000 US at the time, a grade 1.
Wow.
And for all you don't know, Ken Spendable went on to win the 84 Kentucky Derby, which of course I lost the mount to Angel Cordero. The
Yes.
winners jockey in the United States at the time.
I remember that horse, Charlie. And believe me, when they took you off of that horse, it hurt me more than you. Because that would be the first time a Jamaican jockey gonna win the Kentucky Derby.
But you know what?
No, they took him off the horse.
It hurt all of us.
I know.
And even Lappy think I hurt too.
So what was the reason? What was the reason behind that?
I'm gonna tell you. The owner was not really a racehorse man. He was a land developer. First horse he ever buying, and only thing he was interested was the money. When Cordero told him, he said, look, if Charlie ride the horse and win, and after the race, he says, oh, this is the greatest horse I ever ride. The next question is, which great horse you ever ride? And I went there, one horse in Jamaica named Terremote, a horse at Harley Quinn at the time. And in value going up from 1 million to $500,000. But if Cordero say, oh, this is the greatest horse ever ride.
Oh, okay.
In value go from 1 million to 16 million. That's what happened. So the owner just said, you're riding my horse. And that's exactly what happened.
The politics of the game.
Politics of the game.
Like I said, this is a rare occasion. This owner gave a up the opportunity to win a triple crown with Spinnerbok because of money. Bypass it, the opportunity to win the Derby, the Preakness, by running at Garden State, the Cherry Hill Mile, because the owners of Cherry Hill, Mama Park, offer him money to bypass the triple crown. And he took it, $1 million back in '84.
Yeah, we know how when it comes on to money, we know how that.
Yeah.
We know how that goes.
As you said, your friends share sentiment, because as you said, they seem to feel it more than you.
Yeah, but
Because George and Emilio saying, boy, it hurt them too.
I feel for you, Charlie. Really.
But I still can say I'm one of the only Jamaican jockeys who has ever won 6 races on a horse, including a grade 1 that went on to win the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of great Jamaican riders, better than me.
Yeah.
But none of them really can say that. I don't think, correct me if I'm right, around George or Bimbo.
No, that's too Charlie.
Yeah.
So I still have the distinction, although I never ride him in the Derby.
You go close.
Yeah, you feel a part of the victory because he's coming like his year horse that. Yeah.
Yes, of course it's my horse.
Yeah, man, year horse, man. Yeah.
I remember when we were riding in Florida, and you told me that you're flying out just for exercising at Arlington.
Yes. That was it. That was up in Arlington.
You're right, when you wasn't up in Arlington, you went up in Arlington and do an exercise. I remember.
Yes.
All right, Bimbo. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just before the Arlington Washington Security, the big race, because they were going to switch me and put on Pat Day, which was a big jock at the time. But Spinnerbok dropped him on his head one morning and he tell the owner, this is a crazy ass, I'm not riding it. So he called me in Florida and said, come up early, a week early, and take care of your horse. He's a man whispered me and said, you're lucky and call you because I'm going to take you off because in Trovex, Pat Day, nearly threw Pat Day over real. And Pat Day is a crazy ass, he's not riding it.
Yeah. All right, Bimbo, your biggest race.
The horses. It's all about the horses we're talking about right now. And if we have to go and take care of those horses as much as in Jamaica, because they still have this program what we are trying to do. It's here. They have it at New York, they have it at Maryland, they have it at Kentucky, they have it at Florida, they have it all over the United States. So if we can get this program up and going, this is a beautiful thing for us.
Yes, I agree. Long time.
All right, I want to ask a question. You know, we had a debate about horses. In terms of, can a horse actually choke? You know, like when you have a run and them say them underperform, you know, can a horse choke? You know, people seem to think that's impossible for it because they probably don't have emotions and so forth and whatever.
Yes.
But can a horse choke on a big occasion?
They call it they flip their palates. They have an organ in their throat. They call it palates, and when they flip it, they cut off the ear. They're breathing. So when you're saying choking, that's related to a horse is not performing well. They say they flip their palates.
Really? Okay, so is it because of the occasion?
Yes, excitement.
So they can sense it.
Excitement will cause that.
One with a tongue tie. The tongue tie helps keep the tongue from pushing back on the palate and locking on the palate in the throat.
Okay.
Pull back the tongue and flip the palate.
Right.
Okay.
So when you're riding the horse, you can tell that the horse is choking? Like,
yes.
Okay.
Oh yes. When he stops running, you'll know he's choking.
Yeah, be like the horse is not responding, going around the post. Going to the post, I should say.
Yeah.
Sometimes the jockey can choke the horse too.
Well,
Yes. Taking too much over loving. And that's where our professionalism comes in. When we see a horse is in distress, then we take care of them.
Okay.
And that's a topic we're going to speak about at the foundation, at the function at the night, about the abuse of horses in a race. So stay tuned and, come and enjoy yourself with us if you guys can.
All right, so tell us, a lot of people out here listening, tell us about the blinkers. What's the reason for having
blinkers? Is for horses that they shy away, mostly from when we're using the whip. They see the whip coming at them, and when they're expecting you to hit them, and then they shy away from the whip. Also, they can see shadows on the track or any little thing on the track. So can be a person on the infield that they shy away from. So it's the blinkers. That's what helps them.
George, I'm going to add to that. Horses have the eyes on the side of their head, and they can also see in the front, so they have like a 90-degree vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the blinkers keep them more focused in front, where we want it to go is running straight, not looking to the right or the side, the whip or other complex the horses. They'll look at other horses coming up and wait for them.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the blinkers do. Keep them more focused because they have a 90-degree vision.
I used to tell trainers to put blinkers on my horses so they don't see when Bimbo and Charlie coming.
Yeah. Stay away from those guys coming. You know them in the race, in that mix.
So all right, so you guys still in tune with what's going on here locally at the track?
I personally try to, but not as much as I would like to because of obligations in town, family and work.
Okay. Is there any talent there in terms of jockeys at Cayman's?
Oh yes, definitely. We have at Gulfstream here Anthony Thomas. He was the leading rider last year, I think, and he's doing well here. He's been getting rides, and right now Gulfstream is the toughest place in the world, bar none, with jockey's talent. And he's still getting rides, and he wins his races every now and then. So I've seen him, and he looks pretty nice in the saddle. He's tight, and well, he looks very professional. So we have a lot of talent in Jamaica. Is that to get a break is where the big question is: can they come here and get a break? But most of them that come here, they can hold their own in any competition. But if they don't get the right horses to ride, then that is success or failure.
Yeah.
So how you can know when a jockey is good? Like
90% horse and 10% jockey.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Exactly.
what are the characteristics of a good jockey? Well, like you see a kid riding and you say, oh, he's not so good, he's good. How you judge it?
Well, the way they see it in their saddle, and the way they look in the home stretch, if they're nice and low and tight, or they're strong in their center core, they keep their horses straight. And for me, it is more important what we do in the beginning of a race than in the home stretch. Because if you use your horses too much at the beginning of a race, then you're going to be empty in the stretch. It's like we're all driving cars with 1 gallon of gas, and what that gallon of gas, however fast and however far it can take you, that's it. So if you use your horses too much at the beginning of a race, then it's going to tell on you at the end. So most riders, we all can pick up a horse, go to whip slashing and hand riding and humping and pumping on a horse, keep straight. Most jockeys can do that. But it's to get on the right horse and ride the right race for that horse. Because every horse have a different style of running. And us riders, we read a race form, so we kind of know what each and every horse does in a race. And we can pre-run a race in our minds to kind of figure out how a race is going to unfold. But a lot of times, when the gate open, it doesn't happen like how we plan. So we go to plan B or plan C, and we have to adapt and think for ourselves. You know, years ago they used to call us pinheads, right? Because there's a stigma with jockeys that we are stupid because nobody wants to be have a career, a profession that an ambulance is behind us every day at the racetrack. So they used to call us pinheads, but we have changed that. Our generation have changed that. You know, we're educated and we can read a race form today and speak to owners and give them good feedback of a horse after a race. So that's kind of changing. And well, I just see Charlie and Bimbo here and Griffiths. We are educated, college graduated guys. And I hope we're making sense to you.
Definitely, of course. Exactly. Yeah, man, definitely, man. We're spoken for.
So any falls, any drops, any hospitalization, anything from any of you three?
We have lots to tell you. Charlie has a lot and Bimbo have a lot to tell you.
I've been busted up plenty times. Bimbo too. But George, you don't get as much bust up as me and Bimbo. You're the only jockey, George. But get away from Wolf and drop. I don't remember seeing you drop in a race, George.
Yeah, true. At Cayman's Park, I was very lucky. Didn't have any major accidents or any. As a matter of fact, I can't remember falling at Cayman's Park. It's when I left and I went to Woodbine and Gulf and Miami. I got some falls in the last part.
I remember that.
I said Bimbo, you end up in hospital a lot of times.
Yes, I end up in the hospital a lot of times with concussion.
Concussion. Yeah. So any broken bones, anything of that sort?
Yeah,
everything.
I broke my leg. I went to Venezuela. I fell off a horse. George HoSang went to the same Venezuela and riding for the same person. Fell off a horse. Just can't tell you that story.
Yeah. Busted up my knee. Yeah. I went to Venezuela on an invite and I was named on 9 horses on a weekend. Saturday and Sunday they raced. I was named on 9 horses from Millard Zadie. That is Ralph Zadie's uncle. And first horse I rode was like the favorite to win. And by the time I got to when we left the gate, by the time I got to the first turn, the saddle slipped. I was under the horse's belly. The horse stepped on my knee and flipped off my kneecap.
Wow.
Now, listen to this. Venezuela speaks Spanish, and I don't speak a word of Spanish. Nobody told me that they don't tighten the girth in Venezuela because of the high elevation of the racetrack. The air is hard to breathe, so they don't tighten the horse's girth. Nobody told me that because nobody spoke English and I didn't speak any Spanish.
Wow.
So there I was, straight to the hospital with my knee in a sling and watched 6 of the horses won out of the 9 horses over the 2 days. So then came the next year, Bimbo went to Venezuela riding for the same guy. And the same thing happened to Bimbo. The morning before the races, Bimbo was working a horse and same thing happened. He fell off. A horse stepped on him and it broke his ligaments in his ankle.
Wow.
So we are cursed. We're cursed in Venezuela.
Stay far from Venezuela.
Yeah, that's where they was calling me rats and bats. Voodoo.
And I can imagine you say you get the least amount of drops and mishaps. So I can imagine Mr. Hussey and Mr. Rodriguez, the amount of time them probably drop.
Oh, yeah.
I got a serious injury in Florida, right in Color. It was 86. I went down a race and a horse stepped in my chest.
Whoa.
And broke 8 ribs and puncture my lung.
Whoa.
And knock out my other lung. It's like a tube before go through my chest.
Whoa.
So when I'm picking up off the track, I wasn't breathing none at all. Can't breathe. Big hole in my lung. Breathing internally, dying. And they put me on life support and all kind of tube.
So after this, you still go back on a horse after this?
The same horse.
But hold on. Charlie, remind them that in those days we didn't use safety vest.
No flight jacket, right? No safety vest.
Wow.
If I should have invented at that time, a horse would step in my chest. I should have invented the damn thing. Damn.
So after even this mishap,
2 or 3.
so when they patch you up and you get back better,
Yes.
you still go back and ride again?
No, I'm going to clarify that. When I went back to the track, because them taking off the track dead and everything, nobody wants to give me a chance. Everybody say you're losing nerve, you can't ride again because you didn't get that come back.
Yeah.
And one day my agent said, hey Charlie, I get a ride. I said, yeah man, Rock, you ready? He said, it's the same horse that nearly killed you now. I said, what? He said, yeah, the owner cannot be sorry if nobody want to give you a chance. I said, I ride in him, not a problem.
Yeah.
I guess what happened in the race?
You win.
The same spot when I nearly get dead, at the half-mile pole,
Yeah.
I had a decision to make. Go into this hole or back out.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, George? I'm not backing out. So then I said, I back out. I'm nearly dead. So
Yeah.
I'm going there, take the lick, bounce off of the rail, finish the race and run fourth. Well, when I come back, round to the stand, it's like I win the race. Everybody a clap and cheer me.
like a you in the race.
Yes, and the next day, the book full. Everybody arrived because them said me either cream or be damn fool.
Yeah. I said, Charlie's back.
So
I'm back from the dead.
the question is yours to answer, gentlemen. Are we brave or are we stupid? Yours to answer.
Boy, I said brave.
It's always a combination.
That's what I need to me and Jack the first time when I go back to Jack, everybody clap me. One little Panamanian Venezuela and Jack coach me, I say, hey, Hussey, why you don't take a hold? Let's take a hold. You the one dumb MF, and you got some big balls, right? I said, amigo, if I take a hold, I might have dead like the last time. I'm not taking a hold. I'm going and take the hit.
Oh boy, I tell you.
The last injury I got is in Canada. I was leading a horse. I was training some horse in Canada. I was leading my horse through the tunnel to go on the track. Let go of my horse, and the horse was outside of my horse. And spin around and kick me and broke my arm. Tear out the rotator cuff.
Yeah.
That was a bad injury for you.
Yeah.
That's terrible injury. And this horse is about a 16-hand horse. A 16-hand horse is a big horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it gets me full blast, flap, break my right arm.
So you guys do any riding still? Not, obviously not competitive, but you know, like the countryside.
Yeah, man, I ride regularly, but only at night I ride.
I only ride my bicycle these days.
Bicycle, okay.
Oh, I don't come for us anymore, though.
All right. That is a night rider.
I wear 2 boots now. I only wear 1 boot instead of 2 boots now.
Yeah. Night rider.
All right, guys. Well, we'll come to the end, but I want you guys just to run through the event again for us. Give the time, give us the numbers and location. George.
Okay. Yes. It's at 7 o'clock on the 5th of February at Up Park Camp. Right? Everybody knows Up Park Camp is.
Yeah, man. Everybody knows JDF.
And Geno's Pharmacy Portmore Plaza have tickets, and contact trainer Al Brown, and there's a discount for horsemen if you buy your tickets through Al Brown at 876-789-8037.
Repeat the number again. 789.
Number is 876-789-8037. A discounted price for horsemen if you buy your ticket through Al Brown. He's a trainer.
Yeah.
And you can get tickets to a Jamaica Thoroughbred Horsemen Foundation. That would be Charmaine Sobrati. And her number is 876-836-5555. There you have it, gentlemen. Please support us. It's for a good cause. And we will all be there, including Fana. And we can meet and greet. All your favorite riders will be there.
All right, boy. I know we can go on and on, but time is upon us. Go ahead, real quick. Go ahead.
Yes. Charmaine also gave me tickets to sell, so I have tickets for sale. So they can contact me at 310-7108.
All right.
Great. One more outlet. That's great. Okay.
Right.
All right, guys. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on Primal Sports here today. We heard a lot of good stories. I know you have many more to share with us, but maybe another time we'll have you guys on. Maybe after the function. Yeah. We'll probably get back you guys on.
Because for sure you have a lot more stories to tell, and I for sure enjoyed the interview. And I mean, you guys are a long, distinguished career, and all the best in the Thoroughbred Aftercare program. And hope it hits the ground running. And as I said, all the best to you guys in future endeavors with this program.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Okay.
So that was three of the most distinguished jockeys Jamaica's ever produced, along with Fana Griffiths. And I mean, I want to big them up again for taking the time out. And I mean, to all the listeners out there that heard from the horse's mouth the stories that they went through on the track. I mean, it's why? It's
incredible.
He asked a good question whether it's brave or stupid, but I think it's brave. I think it's stupid to jump out of a plane and skydive and do all that stuff, but I mean that is also sort of brave as well. But to go out there and
trust me,
after you get these injuries, near life death experiences, and I'm sure it's something they love, they're very passionate about, and the career speaks for themselves, because this was way before our time. I say 60s, 70s, 80s, and I mean I was born after this one. The story still continues to this day, and we're hearing it. So I mean, I want to big them up again. Dangerous, man. People just see it and think it's just something ordinary, and the horse going fast, you know.
And you know,
no, but if you see the horse not traveling,
you know the power that the horse having.
Hold on, if we see Bolt on the track and Bolt move, you can't imagine a horse.
Let
me tell you, the first time you carry me go to a track and that live first and experience, and be like, yo, this thing are rough. It's rough, man. And you know you have to fit, you know. Nobody feel like say. You just get it from the square, ride a horse, you know.
You talk about the core and you have to
man.
hold your balance and everything. But people...
Technical.
Three of Jamaica's greatest to ever do it on the track, racehorse track that is. And I was thinking about when I even said the dangers of it, when I even compare it to car racing, I think this is...
Car racing dangerous too.
Yeah, it is dangerous, but these guys drop daily.
Yeah, and then get up and go up on the horse.
Yeah, man. And
it's a broken bone. I'm sure the lungs puncture,
can't breathe.
Ankle, collarbone, right arm, left arm,
and jump and
rib,
and go right back out there.
Yeah, man. And just get up and be like, oh, yo, get me a horse right up and I'm good to go again. No fear. So
all right, but people, I know we had a slight delay in sports commentary, but you know what time it is now? The controversial boss is here.
Yeah, I mean.
So, Peter, it's your time.
Oh boy. Greetings. Just touched down. What an interview with the horse racing greats. I could have listened forever. We're gonna have a shorter sports commentary today because of the prep time that the interview might have taken. So my apologies. Also, apologies for the audio quality because we really did have some challenges. A couple minutes before the show started, everybody's microphone was not working. So it was a real challenge to get it to work. So I have to thank the guys, thank Junior HoSang, Charles Hussey, and Emilio for agreeing to do the interview. I hope I can get them individually because these stories need to be told, need to be recorded, need to be told.
Because even so, I was want to know more about the Venezuelan part of the pandemic.
All over the world. So them have a bunch of war stories to tell. And I want to get Winston Fanner Griffiths as well. Everybody, my apologies. I tried to see how I could get him on the show, but we will get him on as well because these guys have stories to tell. So sports commentary. Greetings, y'all. What do y'all make of Naomi Osaka on the comeback trail? Have you seen her? She's looking a bit overweight. And I don't know if Naomi is going to be able to make the kind of impact she did as a younger player. She said she had psychological challenges. And I could see it. But she was supposed to make her comeback in Australia Open, which is next week or it started already.
So tomorrow,
and
14th.
I will be watching very curiously to see if Naomi Osaka, old style of playing, which is basically similar to Serena, big heavy forehand, fast hitting, but all physical. And is she a mother now? She's gained a lot of weight. I don't know if she'll be able to keep up with it. But the other person, there's a young person who's also making the comeback. Raducanu. But Raducanu, she had 2 exhibition events to play. And she's pulled out of the second one now. So I don't think that Raducanu will be making the comeback this time around either. Have you guys been watching any table tennis? 2 weeks of table tennis. So Wang Chuqin won the WTT grand final just last week in Qatar. And so I thought the table tennis was over. Only to look on my TV and see them playing again the next 2 days. They're having another tournament in Qatar. And guess what? Wang Chuqin wins again, having beaten Lin Dongshou in the finals. Lin Dongshou is one of these young kids who came up last year, saw him for the first time. And his backhand is so devastating. Dale, this will be interesting to you. Both of you are backhand players. Backhand is so devastating that I realized though, I mean, who would have thought there'd be a Chinese player who would, Fan Jindong has the best backhand in the world. But this guy, Lin Dongshou, is pretty close. And if you watch the match, he actually dominated the backhand exchanges with the great Fan. So the two of them played 2-all. Fan Jindong walks across and shakes his hand. I don't know if Fan have an injury. I don't know, Dale, you're on the inside, you can tell me. But Fan pulled out and allowed Lin Dongshou to make the finals, Lin Shidong, make the finals against Wang Chuqin, who is now unquestionably the hottest player, leaving present company out of it, hottest player in the world right now. He's the only person I've seen pull Fan Jindong apart. And I think that it's gonna be. I think that there's no chance. People were talking that Ma Long would get a chance, being 2 times Olympic champion, to defend his title. But I don't think he's gonna have a chance. Only 2 Chinese are allowed to play in the Olympics. It's very unfair for people who like the quality of the game. But Ma Long I don't think he stands a chance because Fan Jindong is clearly world number 1. Wang Chuqin is knocking on the door. I think that it's bad luck. So a little bit of politics, but not politics of sport. Minister of Local Government, Miss Malahoo Fort, says that she thinks that the Integrity Commission is unfairly targeting politicians. And I agree with her. They are targeting corrupt politicians. And I think corrupt politicians, you guys think corrupt politicians should get a break? They seem to be coming under a lot of pressure from the Integrity Commission. And Ms. Malahoo, as Minister of Legal Affairs, thinks that you should lay off the corrupt politicians and not be on them so much. Man have to eat a food. or Malahoo have to eat a food. So talking about eating a food now, JFF elections have been sensationally called off 2 days before. And as I've been telling you, the court has gone into this because the JFF is not elected by footballers, It's not elected by even football clubs. It's a special voting college of this group and that group and who gets to vote. The whole election is about who gets to vote. And so it's ending up in court now. Mr. Anderson, from the real solid, real solid group? I don't remember what they call it. He's going up against Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Ricketts, and at the end of the day, this decision will not be decided by voters. It will be decided by who gets to choose the voters. And so it's going to end up in court. It's really sad. That's what football come to. I hear FIFA getting involved. There's another sport which have a similar course taking place in. No democracy. You have an association not having elections on time and all it. What sport would that be, Dale? I hear some talk on the ground that there's rumblings in table tennis. There's disquiet. People, I raise eyebrows from Kane Watson. But there are people who are saying that the association may have gone beyond its constitutional time. But again, is there really an alternative to the incumbent in either of these two sports? That's sports commentary. What say you?
Short and spicy.
Yeah.
I mean, never short on controversy. Yeah, that was sports commentary from Notre Dame himself, controversial boss. And do remember now the phone lines are open, 1-876-552-7406. That's via WhatsApp only. Repeat the number again, 1-876-552-7406. Yeah.
All right, but we'll have Froggy in 5 in just about 5.
Yeah, enough few.
Enough few. Peter touched on the football, which we wanted to touch on as well.
I mean, it's
the election being postponed.
Yeah, I think it's delayed for 28 days.
28
and
days.
I think that when the 28 days is up, they probably delayed a little bit longer again.
Possibly because, and also you're saying that Mike Ricketts probably will not be eligible to run because
so he has one horse race.
So he has a civil court a court case. A court case going on, and
so will
that's a part of the Constitution, meaning the integrity part of the person who is going to run.
But will that affect the elections? I will be pushed back again.
If you go according to the Constitution, he's probably not eligible to run.
Oh, okay.
According to the football Constitution,
What section is that? Tell us.
Whichever section it is, but it is there. If you have a
there's
court case,
always a loophole.
There's always a loophole. There's always a loophole, but
Everybody has court cases. What are you saying?
No, I'm saying he has some civil matter in the courts, and that will deem him ineligible to run as the president of the football association.
You sure about that?
You can go and research it for yourself. You can go and research it. It's a part of the integrity. When you're running for the post, you check out your background. If you
a criminal record.
Yes, exactly my point. Exactly my point.
Is a criminal record for a civil case?
No, we're just saying, for example, we're not saying he has a criminal record. That's not what we're saying.
You're twisting the words, Peter. You're twisting the words.
But
he has something in the courts. Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm not really a fan of the politics of sports. It is necessary.
And then what
politics is in everything. I mean, I'm more focused on the playing and like the reggae boys.
Yeah.
But the administration part is key to sports, and we definitely have to look into that because, for one, the elections of JFF is a big thing. Because we know football, and football is the world sport. So the guys go out there and play and be like, oh, all right, reggae boys have match 6:30, let's go to the stadium. But what we don't look at in depth more is the election process and who runs it and the know-how of who should be there and what they should do and who is doing a good job and who will do a better job and who will be in office. So, I mean, and I think it does affect play on the field, not more so a lot, but even so.
And it affects finances and everything that's
going on. Yeah. Now look, for example, the reggae girls, they're in turmoil. I mean, Sidella Marley backing out with the Marley Foundation and all of that.
And it's a big loss,
It's a big, because I mean, it's pumping money in the reggae girls.
Yeah, it's a major loss because you're talking about millions of US dollars that you'll be losing. Yeah. And you remember that Sidella was there from 2014, even before I think, well, I don't think, and Captain was the one who brought her in the first place, you know, because Captain, they didn't have a league going on. So she was the one who kind of revived everything in female football.
Help take them to the heights that they reach.
And that is why they
even so it can help push them further. Yeah. So
she played a big role in Bonnie Shaw's career.
Yeah. And Bonnie Shaw is a world-class talent and playing in one of the best clubs in the world.
Exactly.
Making top dollar for her talent.
Let us be fair. A lot of people talking about the reggae girls should this and should that. A lot of people don't know what's going on in the background. Where them coming from. As I said, Sidela was around from 2014. I know a lot of people say they don't like her because she pulling the strings. But no, she was the one who revived back the football. And what Mike Ricketts should have done, instead of pushing her to the side or, you know, having wars, they should have come together and try and make it work. But that's for the interest of the sport.
Yes, but that comes down to power now and abuse of power.
You're being stupid because she's gonna bring more money to the game. You're gonna get more money within the sport, you know.
When you said this, you know what flashed my brain?
Yeah.
Table tennis.
I know you was gonna go there.
Table tennis with Simon Tomlinson not going to the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
When, for one, it's not the association sending the player, it's through the Jamaica Olympic Association. And it stopped the player from going based on foolish reasons, and that helped to sever ties. And I wouldn't say sever ties, but have a murky relationship with one of your so-called funding agents. So I mean, it's just.
I'm telling you, and what I'm disappointed.
Administration is big and key in sports. Because even so, personally, looking back on my career and looking at associations that I have dealt with, and even you as a coach or a former player coming up, and the opportunities that I have gotten or have not gotten, and so to say to speak, look at it. Yeah? How many Caribbean championships, even in my prime, to play and go out there and represent the country that I have missed.
A lot.
I imagine if we had a better administration, how that would have helped me, my career, or even the sport overall at large. I mean, so people need to be held accountable. As I said, integrity is key for one. And I mean,
it's important.
And we see where the running of all of these associations
and football
and abuse of power and all of that.
Of course, and football is
big dollars, man. Big money, man. Oh
gosh,
a lot
of money that
look
at
the corruption in FIFA.
That is running through. That is running through.
Even on a larger scale. Look at a larger scale. Look at FIFA with the whole Jack Warner issue. And
there's a lot to talk about, man. We even have the same issue that.
So you know the same guy, you can't beat them, join them. Right, so I take over the association and do the same foolishness.
No, sir.
But we love the sport. We would not do that. That's why it even burns me more so where people who play the sport are involved in the sport and supposed to know the sport, come into the sport and drag it down in the ground.
Like no?
Like no? I'm not saying like no, I am saying no, definitely no. And that just goes to show that what do they know about the sport really? What are the intentions of the sport?
I think one of the big things is not the sport itself. I think the biggest problem is management.
Yeah,
it's just I don't think it's really the sport.
It's just
I think it's management. And
not
how to
all
get
good players
done.
make good coaches.
Yeah,
not all good players make good administrators.
Yeah.
Not good administrators make good players. But we need the right mix and people to know their roles. Not because you're a former player, you think you can run the association.
Yeah, because it's a different thing.
It's a different thing.
You're not playing. It's
not
about
because
management.
you're a player, you think you can be a good coach.
Yeah. It's about management. It's about management.
Because even so people ask me why I don't run for the presidency. I don't think I'm able to adept enough at this point in time.
Yeah.
But in the future, I hope to gain more knowledge. And you never can tell. I might be a part of the association.
Yeah.
I might be the one running it in the next 20 years. Who to tell? But at this point, I won't force myself in the position. And I think that people who force themselves in the position or who are in the position and not doing the job, just step aside. You try, you fail, so be. Go on to the next step. Make somebody else try it.
All right.
I probably should not step aside. I was going off a rant in there because I try to take my personal background our stories in Bible, but I have to talk about it as well. So
we'll get back to it.
We'll get back to it, but
you
now
know,
it's time for Froggy in Fact.
Go ahead, Froggy. Welcome. I know you're out of studio. So
What's up, guys? No, man. I won't have studio for a while, but I'll be back in a minute. So, if you can look behind me, what is behind me? A wall, right?
Is it?
Yeah, a wall. So we have the Great Wall of China, we have a Great Wall of Peru. And now I see Jamaica have a wall.
Yeah.
John Wall. And I think it amuses me how someone from another country can come here and decide how he wants his team to be run or be picked. Jamaica under 21 squad, it's kind of now getting to me now. And it's really ridiculous to see that he's willing to market or fish around the world to bring players from outside of Jamaica just to come and play the under 21 team and using professional minutes. I'd like to ask the question, how many individuals or how many schoolboy footballers here in Jamaica have 300 professional minutes under their belt in the professional league that can enable them to play on the under 21 level? And even if you go across the world, how many of them at the under 21 level are playing in clubs? They're basically playing under 21 team. So I'm kind of wondering where is he taking this, and I'm seeing the trajectory going sideways in terms of our schoolboy footballers, because my notion has always been to rebuild the under 21 league in Jamaica, where you can have these guys playing as much as it's a semi-professional league. You can have the schoolboys playing football right around the year as they come out of Money Cup and the Costa Cup season. They just go straight in the under 21 team. Who can play in the NPL, in the JPL, can play in the JPL. But you know, Jamaica say we can't be playing schoolboys in JPL and also playing in Money Cup. They have to choose, right? And you can't be a schoolboy footballer and playing in the National League because you're paid to play in the National League. So for me, I'm seeing where this is just heading down a direction where it may be a deterrent for schoolboys to no longer want to play schoolboy football and just want to go straight into the national program, or no longer want to be a part of school in general, because at the end of the day, the schoolboy football is what we use to improve our players or develop our players. And the coaches are the ones who are supposed to help with that development. So if you're saying that you want players who can play at the highest level and you're going to go across the world to get them, so who will help to develop our players? And remember that saying I said there that you said it is so ridiculous for me to say, send our players overseas to train and then bring them back here. But that is what he's saying now. Our players need to go elsewhere, get minutes, get better development, and then come back in the national program. How many of us can actually go? How many of these young footballers can actually go? Not many. And I'm saying the wall needs to come down. Give the schoolboy footballers a chance to earn their place in the national under 21 team. Give them that chance, give them that leverage. No, just go out there and fish out for foreigners. And I think it's the same thing is happening to our national team. They are fishing out there, and you have players here who can play. Give them a chance. Another note, Raymond Anderson and this JFF election. You're right, there is a little injunction on Ricketts, but I think Raymond is and his team, they are just fishing around to see how best they can get Mike Ricketts out of the picture. Now
what is the injunction against Ricketts?
He breached some FIFA ruling. There's a FIFA rule and he's in breach of that.
Okay, because I know of a case that he has against Ainsley Law. Is this the same case we're talking about?
No, man. He has some it's a monetary issue.
It's a monetary issue, because I know that there's a civil issue between him and Ainsley Law over statements he made on Sports Grill. So that's not the issue.
No, it's a FIFA breach.
No, man. It's two different issues we're talking about then. Because he made some claims against Mr. Law, which Law is taking him to court for, seeking $17 million in damages and so on. That's what you're referring to.
Yes. Defamation.
The defamatory part of it, it would have to be proven in court, though, that he's guilty.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. If it was so much of a big case against Ricketts, why didn't Raymond use that as a sticking point to get him out of office?
It may yet turn out to be the sticking point. If it's in contravention of FIFA rules, then it may well turn out to be the sticking
They're the
point.
ones that are highlighting it.
Yeah. But why I highlight it? I'm thinking that
I'm looking at the statements he made. You say, Froggy, those statements in view of political correctness. I mean, there's a coach for Spain who merely kissed a lady in the World Cup.
Wasn't a coach, the president.
Was the president? It was the president, and it became a very big thing. And now I'm looking at it. FIFA, you have to be careful, you know. And the statements that Ricketts made may well have crossed the line. We can make that statement in Jamaica, you know, Bombay and whatnot. But he made some statements, and it could well be big as Daly saying.
Yeah, it is. It is
but what I'm saying is, if it's such a big issue, why didn't you use that in the first place? Why are you waiting to see if Ricketts wins, then we're gonna go down the court side? First of all, you have already gone away, gotten away with the whole fact of pushing back the election, which what they have done is, instead of using the RSA team to file that injunction to get the election pushed back, they have actually used one of the clubs, which is the Beach Football Association, to do it, because they can't do it themselves. So the beach footballers went ahead and forget the injunction done. They have gotten that part out of the way, so the election is pushed back. Now they are trying to bring up all the allegations against Ricketts. So it's like they're still not
that
sure.
court case was filed some time ago and is now coming out of the cycle. They have nothing to do with the elections.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, why didn't you use that from back then?
Well, I'll tell you why now. Because only now are the transcripts public knowledge and people know what's being claimed.
No, we don't know
before you go off, what's your thoughts on former West Indies board president Dave Cameron teaming up with Raymond?
That's madness, man.
Campaign. What's your thoughts on Mr. Cameron joining?
He has no place in football. He's a cricketer. He don't know about football.
But did he do well as West Indies was kind of doing well during his tenure, right?
No.
Froggy, what kind of discrimination is that? Because he was a cricketer and can't be in football?
Michael Ricketts is not a footballer.
What kind of statement that Froggy?
So you don't believe Cameron can help?
No.
Can I give you my opinion?
His tenure as president of West Indies Cricket Board, it wasn't good, and he had a lot of players fall out.
That's a better answer, Froggy. Okay. I will accept that answer. In other words, he failed dismally with West Indies cricket, and therefore ought to stay away from football.
But he a good marketer, though, in terms of marketing.
He can market well. He's a good speaker, but in terms
he has a place, he has a position. He can play a role.
You think Raymond Anderson, the biggest question, you think Raymond Anderson, if he's successful, you think he's going to be the president?
No.
Or you think they're going to push him aside? They just
push him aside and push Dave
into the position.
I tell you straight, push him aside and push Dave into the position. Raymond is a figurehead.
That's what you think? I get in the sense that I see Cameron coming out more publicly more than Raymond. So I get in
conspiracy theorist.
I get in the sense that that's the man that they really want to have the board.
Yeah. So from a seat, I say, yo,
but the thing is, I just don't see Raymond as a president. I see
see it
more of a leader now, because he's the one who's doing all the talk. He's the one that's up front.
No, Dale.
He's the one that's up front.
I agree with Dale. From a starting time, I was like,
came up the same one.
Pushing. They are pushing Cameron into that position, you know. But they are using Raymond to get in.
You've been in the federation for what, 28 years? And you
over 30 years.
Yeah, Raymond, and you don't know all of these little things that's leading up to the election, what you have to have in place, and what it. I don't think he's going to be there for long if he's successful.
So you think he'll be overthrown? You think he'll be overthrown?
I think eventually he will step aside.
So there's a plan to get him out, even before you get him in.
I don't see him as the leader going forward. You've been a part of this party shop thing for 28 years. Yeah. 28 years, and now you want to be the leader.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
wrong with that. The man has served his time.
Mark my words. Mark my words.
I mean, nothing lasts forever.
Right. No, he will not even do 1 year.
I think he'll do long. If he wins, he'll do longer than that.
Not even one.
Not win.
Cameron is the one who is eventually going to be the
Yeah,
man.
it's Cameron, the RSA team.
And I
wants
have no
Cameron.
problem with Dave Cameron being the
man.
president of JFF right now. I have no problem with it. I have no problem. He's a good marketer. He can manage certain things.
Do you have a problem with Michael Ricketts being the president now?
Michael Ricketts? I have a problem with Michael Ricketts because of what he has done with Sidella Marley and the female section of football. Because the girls were the ones bringing in the income of late.
No.
For you,
No. The girls have brought in no significant income. Reggae girls bring no income. They're an expense.
Oh my.
And COVID is not man-made.
No.
COVID.
No, I have a problem with Ricketts. The handling of a lot of things. I have a problem with him. And you notice he's very silent too. No, I have a big problem with Ricketts.
But Dale, you have to remember, being a good marketer, and being a good leader in an organization is two different things,
I agree, but I thought that I thought that he did well as the president of the cricket board, West Indies cricket during that time. It's tough times. We never have a lot of talent. I thought that he did well during that period.
But hold on. I can comment on Froggy on 5 for 1 second. Froggy, just 1 second. The main thing Froggy wanted us to know is that he thinks that Mr. Wall has to go. And I kind of support what he's saying because Mr. Wall wants to have an under-21 team of professionals.
Yeah.
Under-21 is about transition, to me, from schoolboy to that semi-pro to that professional stage. And he wants to create a disconnect. Already, Al Grimson has created a disconnect between our Premier League players and the national team. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
All right.
understand.
And Mr. Wall now wants to create a further disconnect between our schoolboy footballers, which is the pride of sports in Jamaica, Schoolboy football, pride of sports, school sports in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And he wants to create a disconnect between that and the under 21 team. What Mr. Wall seems to want to do is to take the plane like Mr. Hallgrimson, go to Europe, Sweden and London and all these places and pick out some players and then go to America, Chicago and LA and pick out some players. I question that motive.
I agree.
I think there are good homegrown players here.
On the 21 level, you should be looking to bust the youth them
Why
Yeah.
from
can't,
your country.
why,
why
why can't they get the talent?
I have
get the
heard
talent to that level.
there are presidents of various associations.
Everybody have to eat.
I hear a man
say,
that he's thinking of going to England to look for table tennis players. Jamaica with Jamaican blood. I've heard it said. Why want to tell me? Yeah. It's madness. You're here to administrate in the country.
Yes.
You're here to. That's why we put you there. It's our money spending.
Yeah.
Why not get more talent out from Jamaica and bring in talent
and the
in?
youths them here.
Get more talent.
The thing is,
benefits
export
of
the talent.
let us look for coaches that believe in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Can we look for coaches? And while we
We
are
should be looking to export the talent and harnessing that talent and going out there and looking for talent and bring it back
we
home.
need to look for young talented. And we need some young talented.
Let's for example. The under 21 players we have are no good.
Yes.
Let them get good then.
Yeah, why you take the work?
Yeah.
Why did Mr. Wall take the work?
If them not good, make them get good.
Like I said, I'm looking at shortcut.
Yeah,
Yes.
they might be like, all right, one good youth over there, so come play for Jamaica. No, make our youth them get good,
Yeah,
so
man.
we can play against them.
You're
You
a
know,
coach,
so
you're not a
them
recruiter.
bringing-
Is Mr. Wall a scout? Is
not
Mr.
like he's a
Hallgrimson
senior
a
program
scout?
now, no.
Hallgrimson is a scout or is he a coach?
The international scout.
We must get coach, man.
Cub
A
scout.
coach you want.
A Cub scout.
What is it? Coach you want? Yeah, we didn't want a
Cub
scout.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. I agree fully.
Yes.
Fully.
Develop the program
already.
under 14, under 16, and under 21. And then you export these talents.
Yes.
Be like make them go play like the Ian Bailey and Whisper.
Yeah.
We need to export talent, make them make money.
Why we going to go
Money
look
that they can
player?
make, yeah.
And I guess Froggy was saying they need international minutes to, as under 21 players.
No, he's making up these rules in order to give him a reason to fly off to somewhere to go find some Jamaican blood person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Froggy?
Yeah, man.
My fine.
that's why I give him 5. I mean, there's just stick on a bit of football. Man City beat Newcastle today, 3-2.
And
Man City is charging back for the title.
and Chelsea won 1-0 against
Chelsea,
Fulham.
Yeah, Chelsea is battling for the weaker lowest.
Yeah, but you know, I'm secretly hoping that Whisper might see some football in Chelsea team. I hear a man say,
Well, if
a
we
man
look at
tell me that Whisper will not see any Chelsea level ball. What say you?
No, man, he might get time.
I think he must get the time. If you look at what Chelsea has done above and beyond their normal process of getting players, the man them go to them way, not to get a man from an academy, not to get a man from a transfer from a lower league. You come to a place where the man have no, he's a schoolboy.
Yeah.
And you pick him out from a island that have no tradition for football, despite what we think.
Yeah, this
Jamaica not a tradition for football.
No.
That coming like you're going to Aruba, go look a player or somewhere.
No,
you know what I mean?
we're higher than Aruba still, but yeah, we're higher than Aruba, but I get what
We're
you're
about the
saying.
same.
No, man, we are
the point I'm making is they must have seen something special in Whisper that we're not seeing. I question some coaches will keep on saying you have to ease him in and let him. I don't believe in it, you know. I don't believe in it.
Right,
yes, when you say Barcelona, put that young boy there to go play. Yamal. And the man is on
16.
national team already, you know.
Yeah,
the man is on Spain national team.
16-year-old.
When you spot the fire, I think that Pele wouldn't make it in Jamaica, to be honest with you. If Pele was in Jamaica, he would make the team. There'd be people saying, boy, loud the youth, easy mean, give him 1 minute every game. And all that. No, man must play ball.
I'm from 17 Pele, I heard people.
That's correct.
Yeah, but even, I think he'll get time at Chelsea.
I believe so. And I would like to see it, to make matters worse.
And before I go frogging, look at Man City without Haaland. Haaland been injured, 8 games out.
So what you saying?
Them win 7, draw 1. Them score 25 goals. That's over 3 goals a game without Haaland.
I think I know what's happening.
KDB is back now. You see the pass from KDB this morning. Going back to, you know where I'm going now?
Yeah.
Back to last year, then saying Haaland should get
No.
Ballon d'Or.
No.
Haaland is not the best player in Man City team.
The problem is...
Messi for win Ballon d'Or last year.
I disagree. The problem is when Haaland in the team becomes a single focus team.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. Is Kevin De Bruyne doing some work or Bruno or one of them, and then Haaland put on the final touches at the pass.
Bernardo Silva,
you don't know where the goal is going to come from, which is probably very dangerous because Man City.
Better.
I don't know, but Man City goals are coming from all over.
No, but I'm just saying.
But that's what
Haaland is playing for a well-oiled machine side.
Yes.
And is that the result? He's scoring goals because he's the end result of the goals. But he's
best
not the
finisher in football.
Yeah, but he's not the most pivotal player in Man City side.
No, I agree. But
So
still
that-
the best finisher in football.
Going back to Froggy's point of saying that Haaland should have won Ballon d'Or last year. And I'm saying
You want to read?
No, I made the point that he's not, but this, no, with him
Messi
being
could
out-
not have lost the Ballon d'Or.
Yes, because he win the biggest prize.
Okay, but
Goes back to the whole point.
Haaland and Mbappe deserve honorable mentions.
Oh,
and they
most
got that.
definitely. Of
and
course.
they got that. So
Yeah,
it was right. The right thing was
but
done.
he's saying that it was wrong.
No, it
Haaland
was the
should-
right thing.
It was right.
Froggy, did you say that Haaland should have gotten the Ballon d'Or over Messi?
Yeah, based on stats, he was saying that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What stats
I
though? What
know,
stats?
Chin.
Because Messi stats is not just goals, you know. Messi stats is goals and assists. So,
There are two.
hey,
And
Haaland,
one
does
thing,
Haaland have...
he win the biggest show on earth.
Yeah.
The World Cup.
Yeah,
The World
no,
Cup for that.
we can't renegotiate that, man. That
But
gone.
I'm just showing it, bringing it up to my point.
Hey, listen, I want to talk to you about one quick thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a statement on the internet when Nadal make. You can hear too. Nadal make a statement that in his time,
I heard the statement.
the tennis was powerful, but it had some finesse and thing. But nowadays, tennis is just bang, bang, boom, boom, who is fast and who is bigger, and so on. So he don't really like nowadays tennis. This after losing to a man who blew him off the court.
No, he never blame him.
All right, he lost to a player.
He was up the other match point,
okay,
you know.
so my question is this. And my answer is this.
He was injured still.
Yes, but the point is not all right that tennis has lost is attraction because it's just boom, 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 no?
But even so, is the statement right?
Well, what do you think, Kane?
Well, let's just dissect the statement.
Tell me if it's even
Are
right.
the players less technical now than they were before?
Tell me.
I agree.
I don't think they're less technical. What do you feel, Bridget?
I think the problem more technical, but they're more robotic. They play one way.
And so what?
No, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. And it's a similar thing to what the trend that we see in table tennis. Remember, we have a point where
Is that a commentator? That's what a
No,
commentator. That's exactly where I'm going. Yeah.
So it was the same thing for basketball.
Exactly. Yes.
But now we see that it's slightly changing now with throws in the TT, and it's
Yes.
slightly changing now with Jokic in the basketball, where it kind of changed more variety.
But look at the best players. The best
So
players.
is it a cycle or is it going upwards in a certain direction?
I think it's a cycle. It's going to go back down to something else. But I probably agree with Nadal.
All right, let me tell you something.
More sports.
I've been watching lawn tennis. I've been watching lawn tennis from the days of Rod Laver and Bjorn Borg with wooden rackets, right? And Stefan Edberg, right? And then Jimmy Connors came with a metal racket, and I watched the tennis change, and everybody complained. And you see, if you're 30, when you get to 40 and you start lose, it was better in my time. And when you're 50, you do it better in my time. Talk to any sportsman. They will tell you that the time when they were at the top was the best time for the sport. Talk to anyone. All the boxers them too.
Yeah, I'd agree, but you can also agree that what's his name? The guy from Australia. I can't remember his name.
Which one?
Kyrgios.
Tom Rafter. We used to serve on
volley.
Yeah. Serve on volley. You had baseline.
Yes.
But so I'm saying you had a period of time where you had more variety in the game.
Sure.
And you have a period where it's just one way.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So that can also be true too.
Yeah.
Not necessarily say it's better.
But is it less attractive now? Is tennis less attractive? When we used to watch Borg play.
Less attractive.
I wouldn't say less attractive. I wouldn't say less attractive. I wouldn't say that. Because you'd have a time where the man is a serve.
You think Nadal is just being a sore loser?
No. I think he's just sharing his perspective of
although
what
I
he
was
thinks.
expecting more. I should have said better still. I should have said
All
different.
right. First time table tennis, long pants days in the 70s and 80s. Players used to chop and the ball float in hands and then slap the ball. And you talk to these players, they tell you how great the TT was. They tell you how great it was. Do you feel that these guys were some specially magical people?
Yes, I do.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I don't believe that from any.
So you think we had some gifted athletes who were
I absolutely believe that.
Yeah.
Once they were champion in those times, I give it to them.
And that makes them better than the champions now?
No, there's no.
Because why they came out of the game? No, beat them out. Yeah. You know any TT player who never got beaten out? Hey, by the way, it's very few players have been able to not get beaten out, you know.
Okay.
You're
hinting at something.
What you say, Brethren?
I mean,
you don't for you to get the crown. You beat Joseph Dibbs
Yeah.
and you beat Peter Moo Young.
Yes.
So you beat them out, don't you?
I think I was beaten out of the sport.
No, but
By the administration.
point I'm making. The point I'm making.
Administration.
In boxing.
Make it clear.
Yes.
Do you think the guys of the 80s were good players?
They were good players.
70s and 60s?
Of course.
Okay, I just want clear.
But if we took a plane and transport them here, they would probably not get more than 3 points a game. If we took a plane and pick up Arvil Aslam, I would probably laughing at his technique while beating him up.
I agree.
Right? And not asking, you know. However, the same way, if you bring Jesse Owens come here, I believe that Noah Lyles would run well of him and probably wait for him at the finishing line. Jesse Owens. And I believe they play and pick up Carl Lewis.
I don't believe that one.
I believe that.
No, when you talk about Jesse Owens, I don't
if you bring Sergei Bubka, come here now, Mr. Duplantis, in him, Duplantis would jump over the bar and pick up the bar and land and laugh at him. Right now. I believe that.
What? I mean, there are stages in sports. So.
I believe.
What Bubka did though was nobody was doing it.
Yes.
At his time.
Yes.
So if you transport,
do you know that the poles know better
learn...
than the pole that Bubka used to use?
But I'm just saying,
you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
If he's in this modern time, he would be the Duplantis.
No, he would not. Duplantis would have beat him.
Oh, you know that?
He would be the Duplantis.
Because I'm objective.
Certain people are generational.
I'm not being romantic.
I know what you're saying, but certain people are generational. Like the Jesse Owens, the Bubka.
Of course.
They would translate to
of
what...
course.
Like Bubka would translate to what Duplantis is doing now.
Yes.
He wouldn't be just second fiddle.
So hold on. Sir Stanley Matthews get a game on the English football team.
Yeah.
You think Sir Stanley Matthews would have been able to play on the English football team?
No.
Yes.
He would have just tweet and be.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man.
That guy that played for Man U.
George Best.
That's always on the current English team. What's his name again? The guy who has a complaint how he make England
Oh,
team.
Harry Maguire.
I'm
a big defender for England.
Harry finally a fixing game, you know.
Yeah,
yes, because he used to be a
thing
real
with Harry
liability.
Maguire, he's mentally strong though, because
Yeah, man, him strong.
Nah, give up.
Him strong.
He's not a man who even come out and say,
He knows he's not good.
Him know him have him critics, you know.
Yeah.
Of course.
And him just silent about it. Him go
No, man,
there
that man never
and him
spirit.
play,
I
him
respect
mentally strong, man.
that man's spirit.
He's mentally strong, man.
You score a own
man.
goal against your own team.
People, you know what time it is, right? Can you look on the clock for me, please?
And you saw them touch on the bit of track and field, because the track and field season kicking off. But next week,
I guess we have 1 minute.
I mean, the J3 Puma full of Anderson meet going on today, but even so, every week you're going to have meets, and see 1 and 2 stars coming out. Shaker Jackson was supposed to come out today, but she
big
didn't.
News. Tell them the big news before we sign off.
Which
we
one?
Probably
Big
can laugh, or we probably can say, "Let us wait and see."
Which
Was
one?
it
Big news?
the comeback? A 40-year-old.
Million Walker
female-
says she's coming back.
No
this year.
chance. No chance.
Coming back this year, and
Yeah, I
she
saw
feel
that.
She's
I
gonna
saw
run
that.
Throw her
over
out
the
in the ring.
110 hurdles.
100 hurdles, female 100 hurdles.
100
Yes,
hurdles.
100
Sorry.
hurdles.
Is it next
At
week that
8:40.
Noah Lyles is going to run the 60 meter against
I think he
Curly?
should. I think
Or
he
is this
should
weekend?
return. I'm not sure,
I
but
think I saw it somewhere. Yeah.
but the season is kicking off, indoor season. As I said, it's an Olympic year.
Yeah.
So next week we'll talk more about
When is
track and
Jamaica
field.
trials?
I think
June.
June. We're down,
Okay.
man. We're
Yeah.
down. So, but we have a lot of things to talk about. But track and field season kicking off. Again, we want to big up, before we go off, we want to big up our interviewees.
Yeah.
I mean, George HoSang, Emilio Bimbo Rodriguez, Charles Hussey. I mean, these are just names I heard about growing up. But
I
to get a
regret,
chance-
and I regret the call quality, but
Yeah.
boy, the interview was gold.
It was good.
Fear them man the top.
yeah. Sorry for the quality of the audio. We're a bit of technical difficulties just before the show, but not on our end. But we try to, work best with it and bring you the interview.
Yeah.
But it was great to hear stories from them and just to see the friendship they have. And
And just remind them of the event before we close
yeah,
off.
it's the Jamaica Horsemens Foundation event. It's on February 5th this year at 7 p.m. at the Officers Club at Up Park Camp. So, I mean, tickets are on sale. You can link, Al Brown, Hussey, Charles,
Pharmacy.
Genius Pharmacy, Charles Hussey himself as tickets. And again, they're trying to promote also at the event the Thoroughbred Aftercare program, which they themselves are going to be running because you see, they want to take care of the horses. Because I said the horses made them who they are, and
Yeah,
they
man.
get to share
I
their
rate
stories.
that. I respect
Yeah, man,
that.
respect. I respect it. I
I
respect
never
it.
know they were so personal with them.
Yeah, man. Of course, man. It's like them baby man I tell you about Fair Queen. Man, I
It's
say,
good when you reach the
it's
end of
a
the process, though,
human.
When you reach the end of the process,
Yeah.
as great men, and the man them look back and, yeah, man, I like what them doing.
Yeah, man, definitely. And you can see, they're stalwarts of the sports and they're giving back. So, want to big them up again for taking the time out and come on Primal Sports. And hopefully, again, we can have them in the future and have a better interview with them. Because you can see the man full of stories.
Fana, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, all right, there you go. So, again, one love from the Primal Sports. Want to big up our listeners again.
Fit FM 96.7.
Yeah.
Yeah. People from Trelawney.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
to the western
Facebook,
side of the
YouTube,
island.
all over the world.
Yeah, man,
The Primal-
them said the feedback was bad, man. The noise on the cars.
I apologize
Yeah.
for that. The
Sorry
Primal
about
app.
that.
Yeah.
But as you said, we'll get them back for sure. We'll get them back maybe after the function, the event. We'll try get them back maybe 1-1.
Yeah, man.
And give each of them some time.
That's my
for-
promise. That's my promise.
Our people, so
Up next is DJ Teach Them. So, one love from the Primal Sports X. Big up Froggy in 5. And again, one love.
have a good evening.
Have a good evening.